Assalamu alaikum, this is Megan Wyatt answering your question here at About Islam. So you're freaking out because you're engaged right now, but the guy that you're engaged to isn't really initiating any dialogue or conversation or trying to get to know you or showing that he has any interest in you whatsoever, and now you're having major doubts. Totally understandable. So instead of you freaking out and worrying in your head and panicking and going into this really dark place, which you went to, which was like, basically like Allah is punishing you for some reason, or it's some like trick of life on you, all these different things that you said in your question. Instead, how about we just do something constructive with this? First of all, your father feels really comfortable with the man that he's recommended for you to be engaged to right now. He's assuring you that you should be patient, getting to know him. So ask your dad, what is it about his character or his personality that's making you feel so confident? Because, your dad has turned down people in the past, which means that he definitely has an opinion and he wants you to be with a good guy. So ask your dad, what is it about him that makes you feel, that pretty good about him so far, that I should stick it out? What do you know that I don't know? I haven't really gotten a chance to know him. What's he like when I'm not around? What's he like, in private? Second is having your father ask more questions to the gentleman's uncle, because your father and the guy's uncle are friends. So is there anything specific you'd like your dad to learn a little bit more about him? So those are two constructive things. The other side of it is, your dad didn't want you to get married right away. He wanted you to have an engagement period. He wanted you to have a chance to get to know him. And mashallah, you have a wise father. And he also encouraged you guys to swap numbers so that you could talk to each other. Maybe he wanted you to text each other just to get to know each other better. And again, that was done with your father's awareness and your father's permission. And so you mentioned that you've only gotten formal responses like Eid Mubarak, and when it was Ramadan Mubarak and things like that. But no initiation of conversation, no expressive interest, just nothing. And so he only responds very directly to questions that you've asked in a very formal manner. So first of all, it could be that he's very shy and he's not really sure how to go about this process right now because he's not married to you yet. He might be worried that Islamically he's going to do something wrong by trying to have a conversation with you. There are many people, of course, that hold the idea that, we all know that you can't be alone with an al-mahram, and so some people feel that a phone conversation or a text or a chat is included in that. And I'm personally one of the people that kind of falls into that bandwagon, with exceptions, which are work, professionalism, things of that nature, and also getting to know someone for marriage, as long as like your father knows you're having conversations and dialogue, and the other guy knows that your father or mother can lean over your shoulder at any time and read your conversations and dialogue and things of that nature. So there is a reason to have some fear of Allah in this process. There is a reason to maybe be a little bit conservative at this stage. But I do understand that he's not initiating anything whatsoever. And so you're worried, is he interested in you? Does he even like you? Is he always going to be like this? Does the guy ever talk? I understand why you have some concerns. Don't worry about comparing to like other couples. You said they're engaged and they're very frank with each other, because again, this may not be the best model in terms of basically people like full on expressing their emotions and their feelings and their desires and all of that before marriage. But dialogue and respectful conversation and getting to know each other, that is pretty common today. So maybe what you can do is just simply ask him, how can we have a conversation? Because I really want to get to know you better and get more of a feel for your personality and what you're like. And I'm pretty sure you'd like to do the same regarding me. What are you most comfortable with? And maybe just sort of put the ball in his court at that point. Right now, you don't really know what's going on inside of his head, and you put in a lot of assumptions. So let's go with the best assumption, that he's either shy, he's inexperienced, he's not really sure. Islamically, he's not sure if it's okay. Culturally, he's not sure if it's okay. Let's work with the best possible assumption of his character. But if you are going to be getting married, part of marriage is communication. Part of marriage is going to be expressing what you want, expressing what your needs are, expressing how you're feeling about something. So now's a great time to practice. How does he respond when you let him know that you'd like the opportunity to talk more and just get to know him better, and vice versa? Or ask him, did you have any interest in us talking more so that we could get to know each other better? However you say it, part of marriage is learning how to put forward what you want and giving someone a chance to respond so that there is a conversation. So go ahead and ask. This is the time to test out how he reacts to things and how he responds to things. That engagement period gives you a chance to see what his temperament is like and whether or not, he respects the fact that you want to talk more or not. Does he bother to respond or not? This is a safe time to sort of test those things out. What would be a concern for me, just from my experience with working with single women and also married women and kind of going back in time through their matchmaking process, is if you have a guy that no matter what you say, he's like, I'm fine with that, I'm fine with that, I'm fine with that, that's great, whatever you want, whatever you want. And basically there's just no opinions, no requests, no backbone, basically, no values established of any kind. For some women, it may seem like a dream come true to meet some guy that, like, no matter what they say, he's like, yep, that's great, that's great. But a man without any opinion, a man without any questions at all, can be a red flag, because sometimes they're silent and then they get married and then they flip after marriage and a completely different side of their personality comes out, because now it's like, well, hey, now I'm your husband and I'm in charge, so we're going to do things this way. So if you get absolutely no dialogue, no opinions, no representation of values, just no conversation at all in any way, shape, or form, no matter what you say, then yes, you have a reason to pause and be concerned and bring that back to the attention of your dad. So I'm with you that there could be a concern, but not yet until you've explored learning more about him through your father, via his uncle. If there's female family that you can talk and initiate a relationship with, and also just expressing directly to him that you would like to have a conversation and get to know him better, and what's the best way to do that. There is phone, there is text, there is video conferencing. I don't know how far away he lives from you, but there's a million ways to keep in touch with someone now, and a million ways that you can do that and still have your parents present, your father in the room, basically to keep things fully halal so he doesn't have to worry in case that's his concern. So I hope that gives you a place to begin, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide you to what is best and to find a righteous spouse. Assalamu alaikum.